English conversation topics. That is the new one that I want to talk about today. So,
今日のエピソードでは英語圏である西洋諸国における特定の社会的状況についての重要なソーシャルイングリッシュのヒントをお教えします。アメリカ、カナダ、イギリス、その他の英語圏の国で実際に使えるように英会話のスキルアップに焦点を当てた社会的状況に関する大事なヒントを聞きながら学んでいきます。
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Social English Podcast. And I want to thank my intro guy. I want to thank him for that awesome introduction. So thanks, Sora, for that. Now, what I want to talk about today in today's episode is I want to slow it down a little for you new learners. But first, if you are new to this particular podcast, please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review. If you are returning to the podcast, I want to say thanks for coming back and thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what is today's episode about? Today, I just want to talk about our new segment. The new segment that we are starting. Okay, so this is a new episode style, a new segment. So for segment, let's talk about segments. Right now, we have Social English segment where I talk about culture of America and conversation tips on how to speak better English. Real, live, native English, not written English. That's one segment or one type of show we have. Another type of show that we have a English repair shop show. These are our English repair shop episodes. And in these English repair shop episodes, I take a Japanese person learning English just like you, and I help them understand English a little bit better by learning some more social English hints, tips, and things of that nature to help them fix their wrong English and help them learn how to speak correctly. So I take their wrong English and fix it. In our Google Translate mistakes episodes, I take Google Translate mistakes and I correct them. You will hear a Japanese person type in English or Japanese. You will hear them type in Japanese and what Google Translate has translated into English. And the English is always wrong. So in that episode, I fix the English so that you can hear what it should sound like and what a correct episode would be like. Okay, so that is the Google Translate mistakes episode. another episode that we have is our What Does This Mean episodes. In these episodes, you will learn a word. We do a quiz, an English quiz. I will tell you a word or a phrase in English. I want you to guess, like a quiz, what that word or phrase means. And I will tell you a new meaning or what the word means now. Now, let's look at another one. And another segment or show type is English conversation topics. That is the new one that I want to talk about today. So, soon you will hear some new episodes from the Social English Podcast, and we're going to focus on just having English conversation topics. These are English conversation topics you can use to talk to native English speakers. Also, when you learn these topics, you can understand what a native English speaker is talking about and why. Let's be honest. In Japan is very different than America. Cuba is very different than Canada. China is very different than the UK. So you can see that learning these conversation topics will help you have conversations that are easily understood and joyful for you and your listener, the person you are speaking to. I am going to have you relax because I'm not going to give you strange. You will not learn any strange conversation topics. You will learn conversation topics that are modern, meaning real social English, real that we speak today, and conversation topics, so that you have conversations that aren't strange or weird or what we say cringy in your conversation. So that's going to be the topic of those particular episodes. The topics will be just about how to have great conversations with using English with topics that you can speak about, that are interesting, that are fun. And you can learn more about the person you are talking to. It's going to be very good.
このショーを気に入っていただけたら5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。コメントは英語か日本語でお書きいただければ喜んで読ませていただきます。リアルソーシャルイングリッシュ .com にアクセスしてぜひ無料でダウンロードしてください。ほとんどの日本人の英語を勉強している人がやってしまいがちな7つの間違いとその正しい言い方。 また毎日英語を上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。 Apple Podcast、Google Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを購読いただけます。支援者になっていただけませんか？私たちがこのショーを作るための支援として$の寄付をお願いできませんか？今後のエピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。またそこでしか利用できない新しいコンテンツも入手できます。patreon.com/socialenglish からご参加ください。ソーシャルメディアで私たちのポッドキャストを友達にシェアしたり、Twitter、Facebook、Instagram のフォローをお願いします。
So please look out for those episodes. That's it for today's episode of the Social English Podcast. And it was great having you listen to me today. I'm very happy that you're able to spend some time with me, like I always am, because my mission is to really help you get better in speaking English a little bit every single day. I also want to tell you to please don't forget to listen to episodes 126 to 131, where you'll learn about beginning conversations and how to make those beginning conversations. You will also learn how to do many other things in those episodes on how to speak to people properly and what conversation structure, what it should look like and sound like. Okay? So, just be prepared. Today, I have no action item for you. Actually, I have one. Enter our contest. Do these 3 things. Subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review, and you get the chance to win a 5,000 yen Amazon gift card. Okay? So, that is it for today's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and love.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイト realsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.